Fridge labels gone wild. So last month, my roommate Dave decided he was going to get organized after his favorite yogurt mysteriously disappeared from the fridge for the third time. It was me, but that's beside the point. He came home one day brandishing a pack of neon sticky notes and a Sharpie like he was about to host a low-budget episode of Marie Kondo. That night, I found every single item in the fridge labeled within an inch of its life: Dave's milk, not Dave's cheese, and, curiously, emotional support lettuce. Mildly annoyed but mostly amused, I shrugged it off and figured the novelty would wear off by the weekend. But Dave's system only grew more elaborate. By the end of the week, not only was every item tagged, but he'd started labeling the shelves, the crisper drawer, and even the tiny fridge light as sun for cheese. I tried to ignore it until I reached for the butter and pulled out a note reading, "Butter, for toast, not for gossip." Still, things seemed under control, until one morning I opened the fridge and found a sticky note floating in the air near the vent, reading "BRRRito filling." I thought it was a dad joke that had gotten lost on its way to the freezer. The situation escalated when our landlord, Mr. Pritchard, showed up to inspect the apartment. He paused at the fridge, furrowed his brow at the rainbow of sticky notes, and asked, "What on earth is BRRRito filling?" Before I could answer, Dave launched into a passionate explanation of how we were curating our own cold atmosphere and that the fridge was now a bespoke climate zone. Mr. Pritchard wrote something on his clipboard and left muttering about millennials and artisanal air. A week later, we got our utilities bill, and there, under miscellaneous charges was a line item for atmosphere, $12.50. When I called the landlord to ask what that meant, he just sighed and said, "If your roommate wants to label the cold air, he can pay for it too." So now every time I open the fridge, I remind Dave that, thanks to his organization skills, we're literally being charged for having an atmosphere. I guess you could say we're living in an Airbnb.